everybody, Zip Zip here, a very sick Zip Zip with a painful and raspy voice. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter voiceover wise. The length of the video is going to be about the same as usual, but I'm going to keep the talking to a minimum, which I'm sure will make a lot of people happy because I do tend to go on and on and on. So getting right into it. Today we're looking at the Prinz Eugen, which is a German Tier 8 cruiser, premium ship of course. It looks suspiciously like the Admiral Hipper from the tech tree. We'll get to that in a moment. First, the business end. The bread and butter of the ship are the guns, and you've got 4 turrets of 2 barrels each, 203 millimeters, with a 10-second reload. And best of all, these guns are accurate, very accurate. The default base accuracy is very high with this ship, and one of the interesting things about this ship is that if you're using either the historical camo or the Eagle camo as we're calling it, you can get out to 11.9 kilometers with this ship in terms of the shooting range. So fantastic. And basically the accuracy from the Eagle camo is greatly enhanced by the minus 4% dispersion that it imparts, making the guns even more accurate. So the Eagle camo, besides looking nice, it's quite useful in terms of long-range gunnery, which is this ship's very, very strong suit. Keeping your enemies at bay and just hammering away repeatedly is one of the best play styles you can do with this ship. Of course, you can equip this ship with a minus 7% maximum dispersion reduction, which basically makes the guns into laser beams. The accuracy is just outstanding. I think this is one of the most accurate ships in the game right now as it stands. So fantastic gunnery on this ship. The ship's turret traverse is not the worst for a cruiser. But with the elite specialization, you can add 20% to bring it up to 10.8 degrees per second, which makes it quite good as far as heavy cruisers go. The base degrees per second on the turret traverse is 9 degrees per second without the elite bonus, but the best elite bonus is by far the 20% boost to traverse. Like all German cruisers thus far in the game, the Prinz Eugen does have torpedo tubes as well. She's got 4 3-tube torpedo launchers, 2 pairs on each side, and this gives her great self-defense against destroyers, but also it's good at surprising and keeping enemies on their toes. You'll see that in the battles that you're about to see, that I like to use these torpedoes to deny an area as well as see if a opponent will drift into them by closing the distance. So I do sometimes launch them outside of the range on spec that they'll actually impact, and they often do, but at the very least they get the red team eyes up so they're not paying attention to their gunnery as much. So the range on these torps is 5.4 kilometers. With the historical camo, you can get it up to 5.62. The Eagle camo does not boost torpedo range. The damage on them is just a bit over 3,000. In practice, 2,700 is about right. The last armament the ship has is pretty good, actually. It's all good, really, is the anti-aircraft. If you use the skill with this ship, the anti-aircraft is good, but with the skill it becomes very good. More often than not, on an airstrike, you will take out at least one of the aircraft inbound and perhaps 1 or 2 more outbound. So it's actually pretty solid anti-aircraft. Here's a peek at the available elite bonuses now, so you can see what you have to choose from. The main battery traverse speed plus 20%. In my opinion, this is a no-brainer. That's the one to go with. The damage reduction, citadel protection, you'll barely feel it. Those are very small percentages that they actually increase the values by. So the 20% traverse boost is the way to go. And here's a peek at the Eagle camo. You can see it's quite the unique camo. I think it's really cool looking, so I really, really like it. Also, I find that between this camo and the historical camo, this has the better bonuses. The battles you'll see today are all with the historical camo. I did that on purpose to show that the historical camo is still a good way to go. Don't have to have the Eagle camo, but I do find that the games go even better than the ones you'll see now with the Eagle camo in place. So definitely keep that in mind. Both camos boost the main battery firing range by 4%. Both give the 30% experience boost. Where they differ is torpedo range, the traverse speed, as well as surface detection. So it reduces your visibility a little bit. The Eagle camo gives you more hit points, reduces damage from torpedoes, reduces your dispersion, that's the important one in my opinion, and then increases the battery range. So besides looking, I'd say, cooler, it offers, in my opinion, if you're going to have that increased range, you may as well be hyper accurate at that range. And furthermore, with equipment, I've added the -7% dispersion, as I mentioned it. You could add the traverse boost, but it's only going to give you an extra degree. If you add the reload, it only gives you a half-second faster reload. In my opinion, not worth it. The dispersion, every time you fire, it's working for you, so I'd rather have that. I thought about the repair boost, but no, I went with the traverse, and I was going to go with the traverse here as well, the traverse boost for faster turning. Went with the speed, but I think my initial, now that I've played quite a few battles, I think my initial gut reaction was to go with the traverse boost here as well, the double traverse boost. I think that's the right move. So I will be eventually changing mine. I've got something I'm going to buy soon, and once I've done that, I'm going to change over the speed to the 15% traverse boost. For supplies, I've gone with the hit point boost, as well as the ship speed and traverse boost, and of course the main battery and torpedo reload boost. So those are the 3 supplies that I've chosen. Here's an interesting note as well. Although the economy is not all the way fixed, it is a little bit better, I find, than it was. Just a little bit, emphasis on a little bit. But if you use these 2 silver boosters on the ship, the payout is some of the highest payouts I've had so far in battles in this game. So, but the economy is still broken. But at least the ship can help. Now we get to the critical part of the video. The Admiral Hipper versus the Prinz Eugen. They're basically the same ship, same class of ship, similar stats. The differences are minor, to be sure, to the point where there's not enough of a difference given the price of the premium ship to warrant the purchase of this ship. Now, if you go with the less expensive bundle and you're a collector, go for it. But really, the Admiral Hipper is very similar. It's got the same elite bonuses. The historical camo does the same thing. If you're not planning on getting the Eagle camo, really the Admiral Hipper is the same ship. So I leave it up to you whether or not you want to spend money. My Hipper is not fully elited because I don't want to waste the blueprints on a ship I knew I wasn't going to keep because eventually the Prinz Eugen would come out. So I've been playing the Hipper with very good success, not even close to being elited. It's a good ship. So is the Prinz Eugen. They're both great ships. If you want to spend the money, go for it. But I'm not going to recommend somebody spends any money on that ship unless they want to collect it and because they love the historical aspect of the Prinz Eugen. The question I'm going to ask myself tonight, instead of whether or not I would rebuy this ship, the question I'm going to ask myself is, if I didn't have to make a video review of the ship, not that I have to, but if I didn't want to make a video review of this ship for you guys, would I have bought it? The answer is yes, I would have bought it. And I would have bought it with the Eagle camo. And because I know the ship's history, I know a lot about the ship, it's just one of those things. I'm a junkie when it comes to World War II history and ships. So wargaming has me by the short and curlies, as it were. So yeah, I'd buy the ship regardless. That's me. That's my response. Does somebody need to buy this ship? No. If you ground out the Admiral Hipper, you've got this ship, and it doesn't have to cost you a dime. It'll take you lots of time because of the silver economy, but at least you can get it for free. My voice is completely starting to give up on me now, so I'm going to leave it here. There's 3 battles I'm going to play through. I wish I could do voiceover for all of them, but I can't. I'm still not sure if I'm going to go to work tomorrow or not. I really shouldn't. I've got a fever and my throat hurts like crazy when I talk, and I cough after every take I do here for voiceover, so I probably won't. But so in these battles, I came across, this first battle is mostly against bots. Pretty standard fare. I showed this battle because in this battle here, I don't have the silver boosters on. It's a good battle. It's well played. a good damage is scored. Albeit, yes, it is bots. There's more human battles later on in the review. But the important thing is to show the payout. I scored good amounts of damage here, and the payout of the Prinz Eugen, because it's a 25% boost, you'll see at the end. So she's earning between 21 and 23 without the booster. With the boosters, however, both in play, I've been surprised at the amount of silver that she's earned, so that's a good thing. It's still far below what it needs to be, and in fact, it should be triple the amount, in my opinion, for those games that I had. But that's another point. I'm sure the developers will get there at some point, and us complaining about it doesn't seem to really matter to them. You can see there I didn't have my cursor up near the ship, and 3 of my torpedoes went a little bit wide. So watch out for that when you're in these types of situations. You can see I'm hard pressed here. It's everybody's gutting for the Prinz Eugen here, but anyway, that happens a lot with new ships. Nothing you can do about that. Here, you're going to see what I was referring to earlier, where I fire the torpedoes on spec, betting that either that ship will close the distance. I've got enough experience with torpedo trajectories now that I can usually best guess them pretty good without the white cone. So I send the torpedoes, hoping that the ship turns into them. Oftentimes it happens. At the very least, once he spots them, he's going to stop aiming to basically bind the torpedoes. There you go, I got one hit. Doesn't always work, but it does work sometimes, and I do use these torpedoes on the ship often to deny the red team the cap circle or the area by firing torpedoes, because my goal is to stay at range, to use insane accuracy on the guns, and basically out accuracy my opponents. You can see that there. And just keep pounding away at them from ranges that they're far less accurate at. So I'm going to sign off now. Enjoy the rest of the battles. This ship does get my recommendation. It is a good ship. Whether or not you want to pay the price for it, that's entirely up to you as the individual. But do remember the Admiral Hipper is basically the same ship, and you can get it free from the tech tree. There you have it. Cheers. Special shout out goes to the peeps from the Goats clan, rather fleet. We did a lot of sparring today, back and forth in different battles, and eventually they beat me a couple times in a row, and I figured, well, can't beat them, may as well join them. So then we played some battles together, the last battle of which is that particular battle where we actually kicked some butt. So you guys check that out, and thanks for watching.
Good job! Precise aim activated. Target hit! Enemy team is about to win. Good job! The situation is under control.
Action stations.
Enemy target spotted! Torpedoes! Good job! Enemy ship locked. Enemy torpedo spotted. Enemy aircraft incoming! Anti-aircraft gun on full alert. Target hit! Enemy aircraft incoming! Enemy aircraft incoming! Enemy aircraft incoming! The situation is under control. Nice shot! Heavily damaged! We destroyed an enemy ship! We hit the enemy! Good job! Precise aim activated. We hit the enemy! Target hit! Target is about to win! Torpedoes!
extraction stations.
Let's do this! Enemy target spotted! Good job! Torpedoes! Enemy torpedoes spotted! Nice shot! Target hit! We're under attack! We hit the enemy! Nice shot! Good job! Target hit! We hit the enemy! Good job! Our team is about to win! Precise aim activated. We destroyed an enemy ship. Enemy aircraft incoming! situation is under control. Enemy aircraft incoming! Enemy ship destroyed.